Good evening, Zishan and Swati.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you guys?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Great, great.
I have paragraph.
Oh, yes, Swati. Yes, you
Uh,
can.
yeah. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I've written a few lines on Pondicherry.
Yes, please start. Please start.
Yes, ma'am. Puducherry is the capital of Union Territory of Puducherry in India. It is a small town with the population of 10 lakhs. Being the neighbor of Tamil Nadu state, Pondicherry inherits its heritage, culture, and language from the people of Tamil Nadu. Before 1st November 1954, Puducherry was under the France. After getting independence and being merged with India, a treaty had been signed. According to that treaty, French people can live here without having Indian visa. So Puducherry town has divided into two parts by a canal. One part is known as White Town, which is the residence of French community, and Tamil people reside in Black Town, the other side of the canal. This gives you exact contrast in culture and tradition. Like Tamil people are fanatic, they are very particular for their religious rituals, traditional dresses, and their language. They are kind of orthodox people, while on the other hand, French community follows modern way of life. Food culture, dresses are totally opposite to that of Tamil culture. Both of them are culturally opposite to each other. Despite of that, all of them live peacefully in Puducherry. This is the beauty of this place. That's all, ma'am.
Very nice. Very nice. Swati, I think you are improving day by day. Right? Very good. Well done.
Very
So,
nice, ma'am.
right,
It
it's
was
written so
very
well,
nice
right? In
speech.
fact, the words are very nice. So, first thing, Swati, you have written something where you have written about inheritance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be inherited, Inherited, inherited. Okay,
Okay. Yes,
that
ma'am.
is one thing. And other, you said before 19 something, before 1st March something something.
Yes, ma'am. Before 1st November 1954, Puducherry was under the France.
Under the France, nahi hoga, under the rule of France. All right, under
Under
the
the rule of.
rule of France.
Yes, ma'am.
And other than that, just read from there a little bit again.
Puducherry was under the rule of France. After getting independence and being merged with India, a treaty had been signed.
Very good. Yes, after that.
According to that, French people can live here without having Indian visa. So Puducherry town has divided into two parts by a canal.
Yes.
One part.
So Puducherry town has been divided into two parts.
Yes, ma'am.
Has been divided.
Yes, ma'am. Has been divided into two parts by a canal. One part is known as White Town, which is the residence of French community. And Tamil people reside in Black Town, the other side of the canal. This gives you exact contrast in culture and tradition. Like Tamil people are fanatic, they are very particular for their religious rituals, traditional dresses, and their language. They are kind of orthodox people, while on the other hand, French community follows modern way of life. Food culture, dresses are totally opposite to that of Tamil culture.
Not opposite, right? In contrast. In contrast to the Tamil culture. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So both of them are culturally opposite to each other. Despite of that, all of them live peacefully in Puducherry.
Very good.
This
Absolutely correct.
This is the beauty of this place.
Very nice. Very nice. Swati, very few mistakes and very well written. आज आपने बहुत अच्छे से लिखा है. Yes.
Thank you.
I too come to know something about Pondicherry.
Right. Even I did not know so much about Pondicherry. Very nice. Very nice, Swati. Really great work.
Ma'am, I will continue with this Pondicherry पे मैम next paragraph में इस पे ही दिखूंगी अभी it is not completed yet.
Okay, sure, definitely, definitely.
Thank you
Very
ma'am,
nice.
thank you.
Very nice, great, Swati.
Good
Chaliye,
evening,
after
ma'am.
that, good evening, Meera. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. What about you, ma'am? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm feeling much better now.
Thank God.
And thank you. Chaliye, let's pick a topic and let's start our class.
Okay, ma'am.
One second. Let's pick this topic and you guys can present your own thoughts on this topic. Okay.
How are you, ma'am?
Good evening. Who is this? Isha?
Yes, ma'am. How are you feeling?
I'm
ma'am?
feeling much better, Isha. Thank you.
Good to know you, ma'am. I'm also, ma'am. I have a fever, actually, little bit.
See, everyone, it's because of the weather, you know, everyone is getting fever and a
Yeah.
little bit of cough and cold. Please, everyone, be very careful. Take care, guys. Chaliye. So this is our topic. Who wants to start? You can speak
Speaking
both ways.
real conversation topic itself.
It's a great conversation topic. So do you guys want to converse on this?
No, I'm just asking you, ma'am.
Right, right. No, you guys will speak on this individually.
Okay, ma'am.
Who wants to start?
Yes ma'am, right my
Yeah,
name.
ma'am.
Ma'am.
Swati.
Right, my name as well,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, sir.
शैलेंद्र
Okay.
Zishan.
I am ma'am.
Isha.
Dipali ma'am.
Isha.
Dipali. Dipali.
Yes. 1 second. Shailendra.
Dipali.
Dipali.
Ma'am, I am.
You say I am
Ma'am.
another Dipali, right? Dipali.
Saroj. This is Saroj.
Saroj?
Yes.
Okay, Saroj. Very good. Anyone else? Okay, if anyone else wants to speak,
Ma'am Raji.
okay, Raji. Okay.
I'm on mute and I was telling ma'am write down my name.
Okay. Chaliye, let's start then. Yes. I don't think anyone is left. So Swati can start. Everyone else, please mute yourselves taki, so that I can hear her clearly, right?
Ma'am, we have
Yes, Isha.
to clear that grammar is more important than conversation, ma'am.
No, you can speak on either. You can speak on whether grammar is more important or conversation is more important.
Okay.
Shall I start?
Yes, and you can give both like pros and cons of both the things. You can say that grammar is good in these ways, or if you're pursuing this kind of a career path, then grammar is more important. And if you're pursuing the other kind of path, then speaking is more important. You can speak about both. It's not like a one-way topic. All right. Okay. Chaliye, then Swati, you can begin. Let's start.
Yes ma'am. Ma'am, as per my view, practicing conversation skills is more important than the studying grammar. To prove myself right, I just want to give all of you 2 real life examples. First example is mine. I have studied in Hindi medium school, and since my childhood, I have been studying English grammar. But because I didn't have any ambience to speak English, rather I would say we didn't, though we were 4 siblings, if we wanted, we must have converse with each other, but probably we had not given that importance to English. So we had not thought about the importance of English, or we didn't think about that direction. So we had not practiced English, spoken English, or the skills of speaking English. So till now I am struggling with spoken English or the fluent English. So though I know each and every, most of the part of the grammar, and but I don't have any confidence in speaking English fluently. So this is the one example. And another example is of my son. We are living in southern part of India, where Hindi is not prevalent. This is the Tamil speaking place. So here the mode of conversation between the children is English. So, and we have been living here since my son's childhood. So he started speaking English since his childhood, though he was not aware of grammar at that time. Or even today, after spending in Pondicherry, like we have been living in the Pondicherry since 5 years. My son have been spending 5 years in the Pondicherry. Still, he doesn't know full grammar properly. But when it comes to speaking, he speaks more correct English than me. So, or if I give example of my husband, he is having a very good fluency in English. Rather, when it comes to grammatical part, I have more knowledge of grammar as compared to my husband and my son both. So with my personal experience, grammar is also important because it makes your English or any language very effective. But with my real life experience, I can say that practicing conversation skill is more important than the studying grammar. That's all, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
That's all, ma'am.
Very
Good
nice.
evening.
Good evening, Abhay. I'll write your name, okay? Yes, Abhay, would you like to
My
speak?
name.
Yes, I'll write. Okay, very nice, Swati. Very well done. And completely true as well. Sometimes, I have seen lots of people from Bengali medium school with the same problem. They have a lot of knowledge about grammar, but they are unable to speak because they have never really practiced speaking. And this can be a huge problem, especially if you are staying in a place where people do not speak in your mother tongue, or if you have to speak in English on a daily basis, right?
Ma'am, the surprise is that whenever my husband or my son, they have stuck somewhere in English grammar, they come to me to solve their problem.
Right, but exactly. So you already have a good knowledge about grammar, but when you're speaking, you make certain mistakes, in grammar. But this is not something because you do not know the grammar. It's not happening because you do not know. It's because you cannot, like, your mind is unable to process things so quickly in that particular language, right? So to overcome this problem, the only way is to practice every day. So like stand in front of the mirror, 15 minutes practice kijiye. There are so many ways to do it. You can record yourself while speaking. You can watch a video on YouTube and then try to speak like that person about the same content in front of the mirror or in front of your phone while recording. Yes, or you can also, yes. Or you can summarize stories, it's also a very good way of speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You were saying something, Swati?
Yes, ma'am. I'm telling that I'm doing that practice of 5 minutes in front of mirror. Immediately after waking up, first thing I do is I just stand in front of mirror, speak my previous day routine in front of mirror. Then I go to brush to clean my.
Very good, Swati. Very good. I'm really happy that you're doing it, and you will also see results soon. Okay, very nice. Well done, Swati. Very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, after Swati, then we have Meera. Yes, Meera, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Chaliye, let's start.
Yes, ma'am. Um, if we want to learn any language, I think grammar is
Meera, can you
important.
speak a little louder because your voice is kind of muffled?
Hello.
Yes, now it's audible. Yes, you can
Yes,
continue.
ma'am. If we want to learn any language, for that grammar is important part, because we know that our base is good, then we can do in that field means well. Uh, so I think we should, at first we should know about the grammar, and after that we should do practice, so we can easily speak our language, and we can easily understand the language, and after learning grammar, if we do practice, it will work like a icing on a cake. So I think we should at first we should know about the grammar. After that we should do practice in our daily routine conversation, and grammar is important, because if we are going to write any books, and we want to do conversation with other persons, then we should know about the structure of sentence. So we will never hesitate. So, and we have confidence that we can speak English, we can speak this language very well. So I think, ma'am, practice make a man perfect, but grammar is also necessary for any language, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very nice, Meera. Definitely, any language, if you want to learn, you have to learn the basic grammar. Basic grammar nahi janenge to, especially for adult learners, as Swati was also saying, that her son speaks in English, but he doesn't know grammar. This is very common in children, right? When we are learning a new language, when we are very young in our childhood, we never think of grammar or anything. We just pick up the language very quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
But
I teach grammar my kids, ma'am. So today I have joined last month Hello English app. But ma'am, now I means I can speak, try to speak, ma'am, and I think I'm doing better because I know
right.
grammar so well.
Very good, very good. So yes, for adult learners, grammar is quite like important. It's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
important.
If your mother tongue is that not necessary to learn grammar, but your mother tongue is not that and you are going to learn other language, a new language, then grammar is important, ma'am.
Absolutely, absolutely true. Very good, very good. Meera, content थोड़ा और बढ़ाएंगे. Keep practicing. Otherwise, well spoken. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
You
Thank you,
spoke
ma'am.
really well, but थोड़ा content और ज़्यादा होता तो it would have been better. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Very
Okay,
good.
I
Yes,
will try,
Shivani, do you
ma'am.
want me
Thank
to?
you, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I
ma'am. Good
will try,
evening.
ma'am.
I just want to add my name also after Abhay.
I will write, but I don't know how many people I can give a chance because.
Yeah, in a very short time, so many speakers are there.
Yes, exactly. We have little time. So many speakers. Okay, Shivani, I've written your
Okay.
name.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Meera. Very well done. Great. And after Meera, we have Isha then. Yes, Isha, ready?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay,
I
let's start.
from my point of view, ma'am, grammar is more important than conversation. If you are not good in grammar, you cannot able to make the sentence. If you will learn so many phrases, vocabulary, and lot of good English, you can mug up the things. But while learning, if you are good in grammar, you can use your grammar while speaking for a conversation. It's very necessary to learn basic grammar, as little as you have to go to you have to do lot of work on grammar. Otherwise, while speaking we fumble and I get stuck because of my grammar is I'm not very good in grammar. I didn't practice grammar so much. So I am planning to spend some time on grammar to improve my fluency, because I also I know the tenses, but when it comes to the frame question formation, ma'am, and even the sentence formation, that time I get stuck. I made lot of mistake while speaking because of grammar. I don't think so. Without grammar, you can learn English by catching the other, by catching the words from other, but you cannot without grammar. You are just, it look like a monotonous speech. So it's very important to learn basic grammar and you have to go, the depth of the grammar. Otherwise you cannot improve your English. And grammar is just like math, you have to practice more and more. Otherwise you will forget all the formula of the grammar. And sometimes we stuck in the basic grammar. Sometimes whenever we have to assign any topic, it's when it comes to speak, sometimes we speak just, we have changed the tenses very sudden. So it's a very bad habit. You have to follow the one sentence. Like if you are speaking in present tense, you should be speaking in present tense. Sometimes I shifted to present tense, sometimes I shifted to future because of my grammar. So I just want to improve my grammar. So I feel that what I realized, that what I have analysis on myself, grammar is more important than conversation. You can learn the conversation very easily, because you can, if you are living in with, you can learn with your friends, family. But if you are not good in grammar, you can only catches the word, you can only catch the word. But in comes to speaking, you have to be good at grammar. That's it, ma'am. Ma'am, yes, over, ma'am. Ma'am, am I on?
Yes, you're audible, Isha. Very nice, very well spoken. And yes, it is true that if you do not know the basics of grammar, then you cannot speak very well.
No,
But
ma'am.
yes.
Learning grammar, you have to use the grammar, how to use the grammar in speaking. It's more important.
Yes, definitely true. Definitely true. You know, that if you do not know the basic grammar, especially what you told about tenses, very important. We mess up tenses a lot. We tend to mess up tense a lot because we do not know exactly which tense to follow depending on the situation. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
But then again, even if you know the tenses, if I tell you how to use and everything, and you have never spoken in English, will you be able to speak fluently?
No, ma'am.
Then it also requires speaking practice. So both are
Yes, ma'am.
important. You should know the grammar rules, but you should also be practicing on the same hand. If you do not do that, then what happens is it's a bookish knowledge. It becomes your bookish knowledge. And you know the rules, but you're not able to apply them. Right? So both are important.
While
Very
I
well
speak,
done.
ma'am, we can incorporate the grammar rules. So its speaking is more is also important, ma'am.
Yes, both are equally. I believe
Yes,
both are
ma'am.
equally important.
Yes, true. You can say you can give a 50% to the grammar and 50% to the speaking part.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because we
Very
are,
good.
you can say tell and head and tell without.
Yes, absolutely correct. Isha, we need
You
to
cannot
give 50% to each one of them. So half of our efforts should go in into learning grammar, and half of it should go into practicing speaking skills. Very good, very good. Isha, well done. Very nicely spoken. Okay.
Ma'am, I was just thinking I don't want to speak because I'm not feeling well. I thought maybe I should leave the class, but after listening other women, I thought I have to speak.
No, very well done. Very well done. Great work, Isha. Isha, you can also go and take some rest if you want. But yes, very well done. बहुत अच्छे से आपने बोला, and I can see, you know, I
Okay,
can
ma'am.
almost see that you are speaking much better because you're practicing, I think, a little bit more.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Right?
practicing. Even the weather
Yes.
has changed, ma'am. I told you, na.
Yes, even
I'm
even
very
your
good.
speaking has changed a little bit because of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Very nice, Isha. Okay, we will move on to Zishan then. Zishan, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, shall we
Good
begin?
evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Absolutely, ma'am. We should. But I would start with this a bit disagreement with this statement. Its statement should be like studying grammar is as important as practicing conversation skill, because in my opinion, both are important to good at any language, grammar and plus conversation. but it depends how you learn both things. Like if you just, like in what I read, there are two ways to learn anything, like the instrumental way or the expressive way. So mostly what is going on in our school and colleges, institutions, they rely on instrumental way. Like they always emphasize on grammar things, the part of speech in their language, in non-native native languages. So what happened? Yes, I will get a number, I will get the grade by cramming all those concepts. What the message is, I am not applying, I'm not using it, I'm not becoming a practical, I'm not able to give my creativity, my thoughts to those words or to those concepts. So it is very important. So it would be like I recently read a one like proverbs. I don't know what is that. So, but that was absolutely suit this situation. If a person do not grammar, but he has conversation skill, the person on the other side has a grammar skills, but he can't good at conversation skills. So it would be the person like diamond in the rough. Like he's not doing good. Like you would consider him as a like no, I'm not, you not, I'm not enjoying with yourself by discussing on this thing. So I feel like that. So in my opinion, both are important. So if you have a good grammar, a skilled grammar, so you can go everywhere. Like you can write, you can speak, you can hire, you can reply to the person. And what is then the, we know about already know about this, what is grammar, but what is right? So you can make sentence, but how the sentence would make other persons realize or leave a strong impact on the other personal thought. So that would depend on the conversation skill. So both are important. Both are important, but much important. If you ask me to rate, so I would rate it to the conversation skill. But what happened mostly, if for example, I did a, I graduated in a sociology, so I have no need to read to go in deep with this grammar things. But the intermediate level, so I can talk, I can speak with the person, and with practice, I will get lot of improvement with my this speaking skills. And but then again, I have no need to dig into the grammar things. The conversation skill is more important, and plus the confidence. So confidence, because nowadays, ma'am, writing is not a problem. After graduation, I think you will get 2 to 3 months, after 5 months, you will get the chance to write in your thoughts in your language. But what happened in a professional life, you have to speak in a interview, in a meeting, in a social life, in a the social media. So you have number of software, so you what you write, so they will give you the number of options, like you should use this in this way, or a number of the formats. So you will have you can save it in your laptop. So speaking is more important. So for speaking, I think it is essential, it is extremely important. We need to focus on this conversation skill, as well as if you have time, if you can do that. So the grammar is good, you should learn it, because it will make impact on others people. Yes, he's like today, nowadays, competition is going on in every field, so you have to be good at like you need. If you ask me, after pandemic, we learned the presentation skills, and because the online meeting started, so we have to be learn all these things. So if you have time, you can impact, you will be rated as a high employee in your company or in your career. So both are important in my opinion. So that's what I want to say, man.
Very well
Thank
done.
you.
Very well done. Zishan, you always like have such good points, and all of that is so true. And especially grammatically, you said about formal writing. Yes, there are so many different apps nowadays coming up, like Grammarly and other things as well, that check your grammar when you're writing a mail or a letter or an article to someone. But when you're speaking, there is no such app to correct your grammar, right? You have to speak properly. So yes, definitely you should pay more attention to grammar. And I really liked how you started speaking, right? That I would like to change the topic and say as well as, and it's very true, absolutely correct. Both are equally important in learning a language, any language. You need to know the grammar, plus you need to have good conversation skills. Very good. Well done, Zishan. Very well done. Great
Thank you,
work.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Very well done. Very well done. Keep it up, guys. So you guys are doing really good. Yes. Okay. Then we have Shailendra. Yes, Shailendra, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, I am ready.
Yes, you can start.
Okay, so the question is studying grammar is more important than practicing conversation skills. So, ma'am, it does or uh, sorry, it depends upon the aim of your. If your aim is reading or writing, then I would say out of 100, I would give 60% weightage to grammar and 40% weightage to speaking. And if your aim is to speak, or your aim is to give presentation, your aim is to address mass gathering in English, then I would give 60% weightage to speaking and 40% weightage to grammar. Still, even after this classification, I would say that grammar and speaking, they both are like a wheel of your cycle. If you want to move forward, then both of your wheel should be in good condition, because ma'am, the more you speak, the more questions comes in your mind, and then more you will try to find the solution of these grammatical problems. Being a non-native speaker, non-native English speaker, ma'am, it is imperative for me to learn grammar also. And even ma'am, the why we are facing this problem, because ma'am, we don't have environment of English speaking people around us. And ma'am, still, even while speaking, we need to be careful that ma'am, we are surrounded by, even we are talking with each other, we are non-native speakers, so ma'am, sometimes we make mistake while speaking. So we should be careful that we don't inculcate all these speaking in our uh, in my speaking
In our speech,
fluency.
in our
Yeah,
speech.
in our speech. So ma'am, that's why being a non-native speaker, we need to be, or we should study grammar also, because grammar will help us to identify which is a good speaker, and who is good speaker and who is a bad speaker. Because ma'am, if we only depend on speaking, then there is a possibility that we will be end up with wrong or grammatically wrong speaking habits. So that's why, ma'am, for in my opinion, both are equally important.
Absolutely correct. I completely agree with you, Shailendra. And I don't know what is happening, but you spoke amazing today. आज आपने इतने अच्छे से बोला है. Your like the ideas were really good. Your grammatical structure, your structuring of the sentence, really well done. Really well done, Shailendra. Practicing, yes, Shailendra.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, even my workplace, I speak only in English with my colleagues. I never speak in Hindi. And
Very nice.
yeah,
Very
ma'am.
good.
Ma'am, I have completely immersed myself in English. I listen English news channels. I read English articles,
Very nice.
and
Very nice.
I spent 80% of my speaking on English of the
Very
day.
good. So you are speaking?
Ma'am, even he's getting dreams in English, ma'am, you know.
Yes, Shailendra will get dreams in English
And
as well.
ma'am, one more important, ma'am. Nowadays, I eat in English. I walk English. I sleep English. So, ma'am, that is my daily routine, ma'am.
Very true, very true. You know, like my English teacher whom I used to learn from, my very first English teacher, he used to say, you have to eat in English, sleep in English, walk in English, dream in English, and do everything in English. Only then you will understand, truly like get the hang of the language. And that is so true. Even if you're sitting and thinking about something, think in English. Try and think in English. And this will change your way of thinking, and you will not be so scared of the language. I just want to say one more thing about Shailendra. You see, just because you're immersing yourself in the language, I can understand you have gone completely out. So you are doing everything like that you can. The confidence is completely different. The way you speak, earlier how you used to speak, and now there is a huge difference. I don't know if anyone else has seen this, but today you spoke so confidently, and even your sentences were much, much better than what you were using in earlier classes. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I think, ma'am, sometimes I have a dream that in my last incarnation or in my last birth, I was a native English speaker.
Maybe, who knows, right? Maybe you were
Ma'am,
here
I
in
just
India. Yes.
want to add one thing.
Yes.
Even I read somewhere in a newspaper. So if you really you want to grab any language. So when you start thinking in that language, so consider yourself you going to learn this thing.
Right. Exactly. Absolutely correct. So when you're sitting and thinking about something, if you are able to think in that language, then you know that you have done good. You are doing well. Right. And another thing, not
And
just thinking, fighting, fighting is huge because whenever, like I fight with anyone, maybe the person is fighting in Bengali because they are comfortable with that. But I always fight in English because I am comfortable in that. Mera jitna bhi gussa aata hai, it comes out in English. So whoever I am fighting with or quarreling with, that person says, no, you speak in Bengali. Now I'm speaking in Bengali. Why are you using English? So uska bhi then we start making fun of that. So yes, you have to make sure that when you are fighting, also fight in English. Okay. So try and make yourself like aware, like it should come unconsciously. When the language is coming unconsciously, you know that yes, you're absorbing the language. Your brain is absorbing the language.
And
But
ma'am,
yes,
one more thing,
Shailendra.
ma'am, one more thing I want to say, share with you and all. Ma'am, when I was in a school, ma'am, during my school days, my teachers, the English teacher, they used to teach English in Hindi, ma'am. So that's why, ma'am, at this age, I have to take help of this Hello English app.
I too teach English and Hindi, Shailendra. बहुत ही
No,
टूटी
no, no,
फूटी हिंदी होती है,
ma'am,
but I
no,
still
no,
teach
ma'am.
in Hindi.
Ma'am, when ma'am, you speak in Hindi to explain more deeply,
Right.
ma'am. But in my school days, ma'am, my teachers, they literally speak Hindi and they taught English in complete Hindi, ma'am.
I can understand. I can definitely. I have like heard this problem from lots of
It's it's
people who have studied from other mediums, not English medium. Yes.
that's what I mentioned, ma'am.
Yes,
It's an
ma'am. Excuse me,
instrumental.
ma'am.
Yes, one by one. Zishan, then Abhay. Yes, Zishan.
I'm saying that the cylinder raised this point. That's what I mentioned when I talked. So
Right.
the instrumental way, like we need
Right.
to introduce
Instrumental.
expressive way. That is very
Absolutely
important. We
correct.
shouldn't go on this instrumental way.
Absolutely. And I even remember like teachers ko zyada puchte the, they used to get very irritated. And now at a young age, we never understood why they were getting irritated. We thought maybe we are doing something wrong. But now we understand that they did not know that particular answer. And that's why they used to get irritated and then scold us only. Very good. Yes, Abhay, you were trying to say something?
Ma'am, I want to say, ma'am, it is proverb, ma'am, कि practice makes perfect.
Practice
Ma'am,
makes perfect.
any practice we make perfect in any field, ma'am.
Right, right. Absolutely
Yes, ma'am.
true. Absolutely true. But these are two different kinds of practices. If you want to perfect your grammar, you can practice non-verbally as well. सिर्फ लिख कर भी practice किया जा सकता है. But if you want to practice speaking, you have to speak. There is no other way. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि सब लिख के पढ़ के जान गए तो हो गया. No, you have to practice speaking.
नहीं, speaking practice, ma'am.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
I want to
Absolutely.
say about speaking practice.
I 100% agree with you, Abhay. Very good.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Zishan, Shailendra and Abhay, thank you so much, guys. And Shailendra, very well spoken. We will quickly move on to the next person, Dipali. Yes, Dipali, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you can start.
Yes, ma'am. For me, practicing conversation skill is more important than grammar. I come across many people who are very good at English. They are very fluent too. But if you ask them what is clause, what is preposition, adjective, they can't explain. Similarly, since childhood, I am speaking Hindi and I know Hindi very well. But I can't explain what is akarmak kriya, sakarmak kriya, alankar, yamak, sandhi, etc. So, but I know Hindi very well. So, learning a foreign language, you should start speaking first, and then slowly you correct your doubt about language by learning grammar side by side. Both skills are required, but if you are unknown to some language, then start speaking. And because getting words for speaking is more important than learning grammar. If you learn grammar very well, you know all the rules very well, still when it comes to speak you can't get words. Even after learning a little bit grammar, when it comes to speaking I don't get words. So it is easy to learn, it will be easy to learn grammar and understand grammar when you make a mistake while speaking. That time when you make a mistake while speaking, and that time you go through grammar rules, then it you can understand your mistakes in a better way. So both skills are required, ma'am, but you should start conversation first. More important conversation, because if how much grammar you can learn, if you don't speak you can't get the knowledge of language, because you won't get words while speaking. So when you start speaking, learn grammar side by side so you can understand your mistake in a better way. That's all.
Very good, Dipali. Absolutely true. But you know, one thing I would like to add is age. Age matters a lot. So if I will be teaching English to my niece or my sister's daughter or son, then I will take a different approach. And if I'm teaching English to adults, I will take a different approach. Right. So again, it depends on the age of the speaker as well, because lots of people who do not know how to speak English, they know the basic English words. For example, they
Yes.
know कि tiger क्या है, lion क्या है, they know कि door क्या है, house क्या है, but they do not know how to put that into a complete sentence, right? कि preposition
Yes.
क्या लगाए, क्या tense होगा, that they do not know. But when I'm talking to a young boy or girl, very young, and I'm talking to them, they do not know these basic words. So I will start with words maybe, right? I'll start with speaking practice maybe. So yes, again, the way or the instrument of teaching English will depend on the age as well, right? Very well done, Dipali.
Yes,
Good work.
thank you, ma'am.
Okay, after Dipali, then we will go to Z. Yes, Z, are you there? Yes, Z, you can start.
At first, this topic is very good because it helps me to understand what is more important for me. And when I realized, then I thought it depends on our age criteria. If we are a kid, then we have no need to learn grammar, basic grammar at first, because my native language is Hindi, so I know Hindi very well. No one taught me Hindi, but I automatically speak in Hindi very well. But if we are in adult age, then we need to learn our basic grammar at first. Then we speak in English, and after we learn our basic grammar, then we need to move to our practice conversation, because we need uh, we also need to speak in English, not to write only. Yes, ma'am, that's it.
Very nice, Z. Absolutely correct. See, very well done. And your sentence structure is so good. Why aren't you speaking more? Yes.
Ma'am, I actually stuck there.
अगर मैं आपको यही बात हिंदी में बोलने बोलती तो आप 3-4 लाइन के बाद बंद हो जाते, लाइक यू वुड हैव स्टॉप्ड?
Yes, ma'am. No.
No,
No,
right?
ma'am.
So इसके लिए थोड़ा सा practice करना
Yes,
होगा,
ma'am.
because I can see that your sentence structure is very good. You're not making as many mistakes. You're speaking well. Then थोड़ा confidence बढ़ाइए, थोड़ा और practice कीजिए, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So कुछ भी एक टॉपिक लीजिए and make it a goal कि 5 minutes मुझे बोलना ही है non stop. मिरर के सामने मुझे 5 मिनट बोलना ही है एक टॉपिक लेकर, चाहे कुछ भी नहीं आए दिमाग में, still I'll say the spelling of English is ENGLISH, like that. कुछ भी बोलना है, but 5 minutes continuously बोलना है. Okay, Z?
Okay, ma'am.
और ये आप 7 दिन प्रैक्टिस कीजिए. 7 days you practice एकदम, like every day from today onwards. Today is 25th. So आज से लेकर 7 दिन आप प्रैक्टिस कीजिए. On the 7th day जो मैं टॉपिक दूंगी, फिर आप एकदम 3-4 मिनट एकदम अच्छे से पूरा बोलेंगे. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank
Because
you.
you are
Ma'am.
speaking really well. थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, it will really help.
Okay.
Okay, very good Z. Thank you. चलिए, after that we have Dipali. Yes, Dipali?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening,
Okay,
ma'am.
good evening. Let's start.
Ma'am, every language are most important 4 step: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Listening is the most part of speaking fluently any language, because when we were childhood, to only listen to our parents, then we are achieve the language. Not in this time we don't need to grammar, and then you should speak other language. You need to grammar, little bit grammar, because you vocabulary. So ma'am, conversation is no need to grammar, but we only listening, and listening to many words, and conversation you can speak more fluently.
Yes, correct. That is correct. You are trying to say that when we are younger, we do not start with grammar, right? We start by listening to others. And
Yes,
what you
ma'am.
said about listening, speaking, writing, and reading, absolutely true. These are the
Yes.
4 things that you should start with. Any language, you have to start with LSWR, right? So,
Yes, ma'am.
very true. And very good, Dipali. Your points are good, but you're not able to express them very clearly. आप एकदम क्लियर तरीके से अपने पॉइंट्स को एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, जाहिर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. सो इसके लिए थोड़ा और प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा दीपाली. एंड आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप और भी ग्रामर क्लासेस कीजिए, स्पेशली जो क्विज के क्लासेस चलते हैं. बहुत सारे टीचर्स हैं जो क्विज के क्लासेस लेते हैं. आई नो, आई यूज्ड टू टेक देम एज वेल अर्लियर. सो वो क्लासेस आप ज्वाइन कीजिए. ऐसे ही सुनते सुनते कुछ भी काम वाम कीजिए, और वहां पे आप कॉन्स्टेंटली देखते रहिए कि क्या सेंटेंसेस पढ़ाए जा रहे हैं, क्या ग्रामर सिखाया जा रहा है उस दिन का. सो फॉलो दैट एज वेल. ओके दीपाली?
Thank you, ma'am.
Join speaking classes and speak. Definitely, you're doing really well. But थोड़ा सा और वहां पे भी you have to give time. Okay. Very good, Dipali. Yes, Utpal, do you want to say something?
Ma'am, Shivani after me, ma'am.
After Shivani, you want to speak? If we have time, I'll definitely give you a chance. Okay. I do not think even I can give chance to everyone today.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, you can listen to others, what others are saying. That will also help. Yes, Saroj is ready. Yes, Saroj, let's start then.
Hi, ma'am. This is my first class, so I'm not sure. I don't have that much confidence to talk, ma'am.
Welcome to the class, Saroj, and I'm so glad that you're speaking on your very first class. Very well done. Isi mein you are getting a big thumbs up. Okay.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
but
can
going
start
forward,
and don't feel underconfident. Bilkul confidently boliye. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
But I don't have that many idea to talk about. But definitely, I would like to talk that grammar is more important for me.
conversation, because I have family that they can talk very well in English, but my grammar is not that good, so I couldn't able to make sentences properly. So that's I need to work on it, ma'am.
Very nice, very nice. So you have a family who is speaking in English, and you
Yes.
have you like converse with people in English, but you are a little bit scared of grammar because maybe you do not get the concept very clearly, right?
Yes, most of the time when I'm talking with my kids, they said, "Oh, mom, that you're making these mistakes, so please work on it." So I'm just working on my grammar, ma'am, because
Very
I
nice, very
know.
nice.
Yes, ma'am. Going
You
forward,
speak really well as
also
well.
I will try my best.
Yes, yes, definitely. And Saroj, you're speaking very well. So it's not like you have very terrible grammar or you do not know the language. So you already know it. You just need a little bit of brushing up. And for that, you have to do grammar classes. Same goes for you as well. You will see इस app में बहुत सारे teachers हैं जो quizzes करवाते हैं, right? So they explain a topic and then they ask some questions based on that. Yes.
So, ma'am, should I need to attend those classes, or I can do practice just to see videos?
Yes, you can practice just by watching the videos. That is also fine. If you have any questions, वहां से कोई question आया आपके दिमाग में, लिख कर रखिए. You can ask me in the classes. You can ask other teachers in their classes, whenever, whatever you feel like. But yes, grammar के classes attend कीजिए. मैं grammar के classes लेती हूँ सुबह को, but we have already covered a lot of it, so you can start watching previous videos. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Saroj. And whenever you have a question related to grammar, please feel free to ask. We do grammar classes from 11 to 12 in the morning, Mondays to Fridays. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
You can ask. Very well done. Yes. Saroj, I'm so glad that you spoke on your first day. Very well done. Very well done. Okay?
You,
great. Welcome, Saroj. I hope to hear from you again. Chaliye. Then we will move on to Raji. Yes, Raji, are you ready?
Yeah, ma'am. Before starting the conversation, I wanted to thanks to Saroj, Dipali, and Z that they spoke less, so that and we got the chance to speak.
Right. I was thinking that maybe I won't be able to give time, but yes, I think 2 or 3 more people can speak.
Yes, ma'am. And for Shailendra and Jishan, I want to say, please consider us. You are a fluent speaker. We also need time to speak, guys.
No, I think like I'll be able to accommodate everyone today. No issues.
Okay, ma'am. So yes,
okay, you can start.
So, I want to ask everyone a simple question. I'll give you a sentence and you need to tell me why I'm using that sentence and what part of grammar it is. Okay, so listen it carefully, guys. Both studying grammar and practicing conversation skills are important. So anyone can answer this.
Very nice, Raji. Yes. Who remembers subah subah humne kiya? Yes.
Yes. And the teacher is also same who explain us this concept.
Both practicing grammar and conversational and speaking, practicing conversational skills are important.
Anyone wants to answer?
Yes, guys, bataiye. Very good, Raji.
Yeah, ma'am. Can I say, ma'am?
Yes, definitely you can. Bataiye, Utpal.
Yeah, ma'am. Grammar is a part of conversation. When I complete my grammatical, after that we can we will understand it is a
who's this, ma'am? I want
Utpal,
to
we are not asking that.
No.
Utpal, we are asking the grammar of this sentence. Raji is asking the grammar of this sentence, both improving grammar and practicing conversation skills is important. Is hoga yahan pe, okay?
Correlated, ma'am. Correlated.
If I say
very nice, Z has said correlative.
Yes. So look at this.
Yes, ma'am. And both and.
Exactly. So what I say, both improving grammar and practicing conversation skill are important.
Right.
So there I use intentionally the word are. so that I was checking how many of you are attentive and why I'm using and what is the function, what is the name. So it is uh, correlative conjunction and to emphasize on the sentence. So if I
Right.
do mistake, the person who is fluent at speaking, they instantly catch my what is my mistake in the sentence. So generally you can speak in any way where the speakers are not that fluent. But when you go in formal atmosphere or educational atmosphere, when you attend meeting where you have to be very careful, that time the grammar really has utmost importance. You can't neglect grammar. But I totally agree with everyone. We need to give equivalent weightage to both studying grammar as well as conversation skills. So I will come to the first word, studying. So we learn grammar. Everyone learned grammar in their childhood, but the system of learning, it was not correct. So if they teach grammar one rule and they explain us what is the practical use of that grammar, at the same time if they involve us in speaking, so I don't think that we had forgotten this concept so easily. We would never forget the concept if they had taught us in that way. So the first thing is that the studying grammar, there should be some way, there should be some technique. Like we learn simple present tense, but if any teacher comes and say whatever comes in your daily routine, whatever you do, use their simple present tense, and they involve us in speaking. So in that way, we are practicing conversation. At the same time, we are learning grammar. So we are balancing the thing, and if we balance the thing, that's the important thing about the conversation, and it makes you fluent. So the basic thing I learn on this app, that like introduce yourself. When anyone asks you a question, introduce yourself. Most of the person who are good at grammar, they will say my name is, I am. But one who is not good at speaking, but they are good at communication, so sometimes they mistakenly say myself xyz. So you need to understand what is the difference. When we start with myself, no, that's the wrong way. And here on this app I learned that myself come under objective pronoun. You can't start your conversation and introduce yourself in that way. It's the very simple thing. So grammar is the backbone, and it adds beauty to your conversation when you really know where to emphasize, where to give exclamation, where to give expression. In exclamation, you learn that. But if you are just a speaker, you will not understand this simple thing, where to use adverb, and you know the proper places where to use which kind of adverb. It gives you extra brownie pound. It gives you confidence, and that is reflected in your communication. So yes, even I wanted to tell you one small joke today. What happened? I have a student to whom I need to explain Hindi in English. Each and every sentence I need to explain. It's totally opposite what Shailendra told, what he explained. I need to explain her each and everything in English. So that story everyone is familiar with, Lion and the Mouse. So we came across that statement.